What's going on, guys? Bank Robber Games here with more Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Last episode when we left off, it was another really awesome episode. We made our way through a swamp-like area that, again, the level made pretty good use of the storytelling mechanics, and there was a sequence where we got to use a Gatling gun and we finished the level with a highlight of a double duel. So it was us versus two other people in the duel, which is really awesome. So I highly recommend going back and watching the last episode if you haven't seen it, because it was very fun. And same as normal, we're just going to be carrying on this episode and seeing what the game has in store for us.
My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told. It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys. And I just couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us. It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about, but Bob eluded me until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
Pretty brutal, but we've now got an explanation of why we're out on this revenge mission. Pretty standard stuff for the old Western.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right.
Take a quick look at our skill tree here. There's a skill that increases our reload by smashing the R key as we reload. And that's also unlocked the inlaid 6-shooter. Nice upgrade there, bit of a fire rate increase as well as some aim speed. Won't say no to that. Still think the ivory handled quick shooter is my favourite weapon.
They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop. Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above, so I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Glad we weren't in that. sure what the used key was for.
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
Sawed-off rifle here.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say? I can't.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Just having a quick look at the legendary 6-shooter. Does look very, very cool. Again, I still think the inlaid quick draw is my favourite weapon, although it doesn't seem like we can pick it up, so I guess we're stuck with these for the time being.
Jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day. As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
That's right.
That is not what I wanted to do.
At times, it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Got another skill point there. Improved aiming speed. Not quite sure what route we're going to go down this tree, because I do like the dynamite abilities. I also like being able to earn concentration much faster. So we have got our first nugget of truth. I haven't seen any sign of any others so far.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
that? He's out! Take cover! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody! Hell's a coming! He'll kill us all! Run! Cut you!
I did think I heard the chime before in Nugget of Truth. Just here, nice and easy.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail. Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that. On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Another really fun mission there. Bit of a shame that we didn't get all the nuggets of truth, but I managed to get 2 of them. No idea where the 3rd one is, but like I said, still another really fun mission. Awesome with the Gatling gun sequence at the end there. Again, letting us rank up a load of XP. Very, very fun. Do wish that mission was a little bit longer though, with it being about a train heist. I think that's the classic Western setup, and yeah, it would have been nice if the mission was a bit longer. But obviously that is another mission down, so I think here's a pretty good place to wrap the episode up. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode and been enjoying the series so far. If you have been enjoying the series, make sure to like and subscribe for more, and then that way you won't miss out on anything. But thanks again for watching. I always appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.